Welcome back. Joe Volpe, the publisher of Corriere Canadese, North America's only Italian language daily newspaper, on behalf of Go Live TV and Corcan Media Group, with the comment of the day from the Corriere Canadese. And I caution everyone to think in terms of the word sarcasm underlying most of it. The title for today is Vic Fedeli's Hyperbolic Boomerang. Ford Nation steps into it. Fedeli's hyperbolic boomerang. Ford Nation does step into it. Maybe Finance Minister Vic Fedeli really has discovered what no one knew before. To wit, that Ontario's real deficit numbers pointed to a sum of $15 billion, not as his Liberal predecessor, now who was that? Seems like so long ago, claimed. Or he was lulled into a stupor of mind-numbing indolence by the legislature's atmosphere when he was the shadow minister, now that's the opposition critic for finance, during those crime-generating years of the Wynne government. Anyway, for those who were awake in the first half of 2018, citizens of Ontario delighted in a very public pre-election campaign between the Auditor General and the then Minister, what's his name? It'll come to me soon, please wait. The Minister for Finance on this very topic. The campaign itself was all about putting money in our pocket and taking it out of theirs. That ended 3.5 months ago. But not for everybody. Suddenly on Friday last, after 3.5 months in office, Vic Fedeli and his trusted colleagues woke up to the fact that, geez, government's serious business. How do we cope now? Quick! Blame the previous landlords for leaving the cupboards bare. Those crooks, now who called them that, in the previous government must be responsible. They're a convenient and easy target. Everyone is convinced that Wynne and McGuinty before her, those administrations, were run by lying thieves. Every talk show host and Anglophone newspaper said so, over and over and over, so it must be true. Let's launch an investigation, said Premier Ford. Maybe the money will turn up. It must be somewhere. Let's check. Let's check Wynne's bank accounts. Does she have some offshore? What about her former cabinet ministers? Did they establish some family trusts or private pension funds to salt away the cash? We'll leave no stone unturned, Doug Ford reassures us. There are 15 years of rotten corruption to weed out. We'll launch an investigative committee of MPPs. Maybe the Minister for Correctional Services, who already walks around in a bulletproof vest, can chair it. He used to be president and CEO of a company found guilty of defrauding investors of $39 million. However, he personally was exonerated on appealing a guilty verdict. His partner and board members didn't fare as well. Fines and/or jail terms for them. Now, if that doesn't work, maybe we can hire Stephen Harper as an advisor. The former Prime Minister magically turned a $13 billion surplus and declining debt into a $55 billion deficit in 1 year. One gets the picture. There's a difference between bad decision-making and outright theft. Now, if Minister Fedeli and Premier Ford would have us believe that this is a question of the latter, theft, why not call in the OPP or the Metro Police instead? Maybe they can both grill former Premier Wynne. She's still an elected MPP. Maybe they can break her and she'll confess. That way our MPPs won't have to read the millions of pages of documents and ballot sheets built up over the last 15 years in the 5-week timetable set up as a time frame for reporting. That way, you can get the bad news out of the way before Christmas. Speaking of the 15 years, Vic, Why announce that the operating expenses of the province grew by 55% over that period? Oh my gosh, that's a whopping 3.33% rate of growth on average per year. Sarcasm, please kick in. Over the same period, house prices, even adjusted for inflation, rose by approximately 300% in the Toronto area. There's got to be some sort of a plan unfolding. Vic, tell us, do you plan to cut service to the public or the number of civil servants, or both? Does it involve taking money out of our pockets? Joe Volpe on behalf of Corriere Canadese, Go Live TV, and Corcan Media Group, inviting you to stay tuned for comments in Italian and in Portuguese. Until then, thank you for watching.